My involvement actually started with the city before we were a city. We're actually a city now for 10 years. When we incorporated, I was actually one of the ones that went around trying to educate people and gather signatures to put it on the ballot. And so that was quite an interesting process and get to learn a lot about cities and the community. Actually, I was 18 at the time. I first ran for the very first city council. There was 54 candidates that came out to run for the 7 positions on city council that first year. Needless to say, I didn't make it through the primary, but I got to learn a lot about the city council members that did get elected, and kind of stayed involved and stayed informed about the city as its progress. Through the years, 3 more times, there was actually resignations of council members midterm, and so I applied for those positions and went through the interviewing process down to the finalists, but didn't get selected either. So this last year, I actually ran for office again and was successful. And so I've been on city council now for a little over a year, and I feel like that we need, or people of a younger age need to get involved in cities because we bring a different perspective. When you talk about people that are on city council and we're working on projects that plan into the future, 50 years from now, some of these guys say that they're not going to be here. And well, I hopefully, knock on wood, will still be around in 50 years and want to see some of those things come true. So we kind of have a different thought philosophy of they won't be here to see that change, I will be. Also, persistence is very important. I think it rang true to a lot of the citizens and voters that we're not here to just kind of come in and be in the position one time. You need to kind of stay involved, be around, and they'll respect that and kind of let your voice be heard as well. And there's a lot of different issues. On our city council, I'm the only one that has a full-time job on top of city council. And while council is a time commitment for sure to do a good job, but also having that daytime experience of knowing what the average citizen or the citizens out there that are working a full-time job are understanding, and the decisions that happen to business and affect business will affect you directly. And so you have a whole different perspective that you can bring in. And the more perspectives that we have on city councils and government and politics, the better decisions we can make. It came all the way down to when we were negotiating our union contract for salaries and wages and increases and things of that nature. I was able to share what the current market is doing and give examples of what our business has been able to do. And so kind of sharing back and forth of what is actually going on in the private sector really makes a big difference in decisions in the public sector, and kind of the better we can align government to business, the better off we're going to be. So it's another very large perspective difference that you get to bring to council. And so I'd encourage anybody, and if we're also very well connected across the cities. We're all a part of the Association of Washington Cities, and we all get to network together and we help each other out. And so while you might think you're in there alone, there are others out there that can help out and kind of give guidance and help each other out too.